I'm dramatic. I'm feisty. I'm funny. I'm Kiya, and I'm an actor. This is a show about all my business, starting one, being one, and taking care of mine. Over the next 12 months, I've got 12 goals to achieve, and you'll see it all. The good, the bad, and everything in between. Hey guys, so this week's episode is a little bit different. In light of the holidays, I've decided to take you all back home with me to Richmond, Virginia, so you can get an idea of where I come from. My trip started off a little rocky with the longest super shuttle ride of life. I almost missed my flight, which means I would have missed my connecting flight, which means I would have missed my connecting train, which means I would have missed Thanksgiving dinner. Luckily, Long Beach is a no fuss, no muss kind of airport where you get to walk straight out onto the tarmac like in the old days. So at this point, it seems like everything's going okay, and then not so much. I think I've already missed my train, but you go to the train station, right? So after all that, my connecting flight was delayed an hour and a half. It made me miss my train from Baltimore to Richmond by 10 minutes. I was hoping to connect with my sister and we'd ride the train in together, but there don't seem to be any available seats on the trains going into Richmond. But I'm headed over to Amtrak just hoping that maybe someone could work a miracle. Hi. So I'm just double... Huh?
Kiya.
My mother has not called here.
No.
Oh.
I know who you are.
How?
What's your name, Kiya, something like that?
Yeah, it's weird.
Wasn't you on TV?
Are you serious right now?
I mean, is that a bad thing to recognize you on TV? Maybe my woman crush Thursday.
That's very weird. Are you sure my mom didn't call here?
She didn't call me. She was on, it was a health day.
Oh. Well, there you have it. Just when you're in need of a miracle, good old hell date pops back up into the universe. It's amazing. 7 years later, I meet my biggest fan in an Amtrak station who was able to finagle me a seat on a later train, and I'll make it in time for Thanksgiving after all. The only thing that could have made this better was if I had my brother and sister on the ride in. What up, sis? Huh? Oh. It's my brother! Hi, it's my brother! He surprised me. How'd you find me?
I saw you.
The other one.
I'm in the one up. I'm come back here.
Come back here. That was a very mom moment. I was like,
come on, sit here.
Braz. How awesome was this? I spent all that time complaining about travel. I thought I wouldn't get to see one sibling, and they both surprised me. It was an awesome moment. I'm so excited I can't even cry.
It's new for you.
Needless to say, the rest of my trip was a blast. When my brother and sister and I get together, we're like the three amigos. We have crazy inside jokes and speak in a movie quote language that most people wouldn't even understand. This was the beginning of those moments where all your travel woes become worth it. When I get home, I take a moment to take in the little red and white house I grew up in and the cul-de-sac where I learned to ride my bike. And I realized I'm now riding a bike around Los Angeles, California. Seeing my mom and my dad makes me smile. When I'm far away from them, it's easy to forget how much I really worry about them. When I was a little girl, I used to peek out this window every time one of them would leave the house. I was always so afraid of losing one of them.
I said,
crazy. So this is a Roberts family car ride. Usually on these trips, the craziest things happen. Some random song is sung or some recurring joke keeps popping up. The three of us will make fun of our parents, or they'll try to make fun of us. It's pretty much the time where all of our little quirks kind of come to light in a very contained state.
Come on, listen.
Yeah, I was in doubt, so you know what we do. That's right.
Don't.
I was in doubt.
When in doubt, don't.
I had a moment of doubt. That hesitation cost me.
It could have cost of our lives.
All of our lives.
Everybody did.
All of us
Blood
gone.
splattered everywhere.
What a Thanksgiving memory.
Guts, brains all over the pavement.
All over the street.
Nobody should have to see that.
Oh, I forgot
No
the
one.
pies.
I thought those were for us.
No, two of them was for Fanny. One sweet potato, one for me.
You forgot the pies.
Oh, they forgot the
So we finally made it to my grandmother's house for Thanksgiving dinner. I haven't seen most of these people in over a year.
Oh, girl, go sexy.
You better give me 2 arms.
You are a mid-career head.
This is my dad's side of the family. They're a hilarious group who rarely hold their tongues, so we're always laughing. This was my first Thanksgiving home in 10 years, and I found out how much fun it is to be around your family when you can joke and talk as adults. My family is where I come from. They're part of who I am. So spending these moments with them is a reminder of all the amazing pieces that I've taken from each of them as I grow into the woman they've all known that I would become. Look at this little one here, climbing the steps by herself. So now you get to meet my best friend Kiya and her beautiful family. My goddaughters are two of the most amazing kids you'd ever meet, and her husband is truly her soulmate. I'm so proud of the woman she's become. When I come home and I get to spend time with all my favorite girls, I really realize how much time has passed and how much we've all grown. But just like sisters, when the bond is real, it'll last forever. It is Christmas Day, and in true Roberts family fashion, I'm going to the movies. It's something that my family and I do like for every holiday. Well, since I can't be with my family this Christmas Day, I can't think of a better way to feel at home than to be inspired by art. My dream roles have always centered around creating very specific characters in two lanes, musicals and historical period dramas, both of which I'm going to see today. First up, the incomparable Meryl Streep in Into the Woods. The train is running, right? Yeah. Thank you. On to the next. Oh my God, it's like so cold. Wow, Into the Woods was amazing. It was just what I needed, singing and fairy tale characters. I mean, hey, you are talking to an aspiring Disney princess here. So this is Hollywood and Vine. It's my favorite train station because it lets you out right in front of the Pantages Theater. And after seeing a musical, it was just the amount of Christmas Broadway feeling I needed. Well, not really, but it's as close as you can get in LA. I'm headed to the ArcLight Cinemas in Hollywood, and as it turns out, movies on Christmas must be a tradition for lots of families. I'm going to see a character-driven period drama to get a double dose of personal actor inspiration. Next up, Selma. As I headed home alone, but full of inspiration, I realized something. Family is everything. And if I have the chance to spend time with them, I have to take it and treasure every moment because I can't go back in time. But if I can't be with them, I have to find something inspiring to kick me into overdrive so that when the holidays roll around again, all my sacrifices will be worth it, and I can spend them with the people that truly matter, my biggest fans, the ones who have always seen me as a star.
Lean on me.
Here we go.
When you're not strong, I'll be your strength. I'll help you carry on. It won't be long till I'm gonna have
Need
someone to
somebody.
lean on.
Lean on me.
Just call on me, brother, when you need a friend.
We all need hand
somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem.
We all need somebody to lean